It's now 6 p.m.
I'd like to call the meeting of Greensville County Board of Supervisors to order. Can I get a motion to that effect?
Second.
It's been moved and second that we now go into order. All those in favor of the roll call vote.
Supervisor Brown.
Aye.
Supervisor Kane.
Aye.
Supervisor Conwell. Chair Easterly.
Aye. At this time, if I can have everyone to please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and a moment of reflection.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic which stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We can now pause for a moment of silence and let us just meditate on just the betterment of our community. Let us continue to keep the bereaved families in our community in our prayers as well. Thank you. At this time, can I get approval of the agenda?
Chair Easterly, staff requests that we amend the agenda as follows. Under item new business, staff requests to remove item B, Washington Park Community Center Board bylaws. In addition to removal of this from the agenda, staff requests that we add under the same item X, that we add up item F, resolution 26-70, additional local general sales tax.
I move we approve the agenda as amended.
Second.
It's been moved and second that we approve agenda as amended. All those in favor of the roll call vote.
Supervisor Brown.
Aye.
Supervisor Kane.
Aye.
Supervisor Conwell.
Aye.
Chair Easterly.
Aye. At this time, can I get a motion for the approval of the consent agenda to include the approval of minutes, approval of warrants?
I move that we approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Have a statement. On the consent agenda. At the last meeting, we had made the discussion, I'll read this. Supervisor Kane in addition stated the Washington Park Community Center is currently managed by an organization at no cost to the county. He expressed concern as to why the board would consider operating the facility at taxpayers' expense and it is presently being managed as a community center without cost to the county. He stated that the center is currently costing the county no funds. Sheriff H.Scott responded that such information had not yet been fully established. It has been fully established. This board voted 3-1 to not give one single dime to the Washington Park Association, which means that the Washington Park Association that will operate the facility will cost Greensville County taxpayers not one American dime.
At this time, can I get approval for the consent agenda?
I want to make that added to the record because your statement was that it had been established. It has been
I
established.
move that we
This
approve the
board
consent
voted
agenda.
3-1.
It has not been established yet.
That has been established.
No, it
Yes,
has
the
not.
Washington Park Association is running this building right now. It costs the taxpayers in Greensville County not one American dime. This board voted 3-1 that I can get on one American single dime.
Thank you so much for your comments, Mr. Kane. At this time, it has been moved and second that we approve the consent agenda. All those in favor of the roll call vote.
Supervisor Brown.
Aye.
Supervisor Kane.
I'm gonna say this statement, and I'm gonna abstain with this is because the chair is incorrect. It has been established.
Just by removing funds from an organization, it does not mean that the county is taking on any added cost for that. Because that has not been established.
If the county operate that building, then they got to operate at the cost of the county. There's nothing, no nonprofit operating. So if the county operate this building, it's gonna operate at the taxpayers. The nonprofit organization will be operated at no cost to the county.
if everything was in writing and everything was complete for that project, we could say that, but that's not so.
The proposal before us right now is for the county to take over the building.
Okay, thank you, we're not gonna continue to debate back and forth.
That's what's before us right
That
now.
motion
And I wanna
has-
make sure the taxpayers understand that what they're proposing for use your tax dollars to pay for a building that costing the county not one of dime right now.
And that is his personal opinion.
I'm not
So now
trying to
moving
finish
on,
too.
can I get a motion that we now go into public hearings? So, I'm sorry. Roll call vote.
Supervisor Brown.
Aye.
Supervisor
I
Kane.
think I stated that earlier.
Supervisor Conwell.
Aye.
Chair A.
Aye. At this time, can I get a motion that we now go into public hearing?
So moved. Second.
It's moved in second, that we go into public hearing. All those in favor of the roll call vote.
Supervisor Brown.
Aye.
Supervisor Kane.
Aye.
Supervisor Conwell.
Aye.
Chair A.
Good evening.
Good evening.
The first public hearing tonight is special use permit 2026 Mecklenburg Electric Cooperative. The applicant is requesting a special use permit to construct a public utility service yard. The property is the subject of this request is located on the west corner of Brunswick Road and Grassy Pond Road in the Bellfield District. The subject property is currently zoned A1 agricultural. A public utility service center and storage yard is typically defined as a facility owned by a public utility company that may include business offices, a dispatching center, a fenced yard for storage of vehicles and materials related to the maintenance, construction, and repair of utility transmission lines, substation service lines, and other such facilities. Such service and storage yard may include shop facilities for the servicing and repair of equipment. As I previously stated, the property is on A1 agricultural. If you look at the zoning ordinance, Article 4, Table 4.1, a public utility service yard is a use that's allowed with a special use permit, the A1 district. There was some previous zoning activity on this property in 2016. The property owner at the time, Mr. Richard Short, who was doing business as Realtree Wood Corporation, applied for and was issued a special use permit to develop and establish an agricultural machinery service shop and office. When we look at comprehensive plan, we found that the subject property is located in a rural area on the comp plan. On the comp plan's future land use map, rural areas contain a mix of agricultural, forestal, open space, solar, and low-density residential uses. Rural areas are inappropriate for high-density residential development. High-intensity commercial and or industrial uses. Small-scale local services that are compatible with low-density residential and agricultural land uses may be seen as appropriate, should be considered on a case-by-case basis. After reviewing the zoning ordinance and the comp plan, the planning commission feels that the request is consistent with the goals and strategies set forth in the comp plan and zoning ordinance. The commission recommended approval of the applicant's request subject to the following 6 conditions in your staff report. Do you have any specific questions of me? Right now, I know Mecklenburg is here, and they probably want to give a statement.
I was gonna say, your staff report was detailed on something.
Thank you.
Evening, ladies and gentlemen of the board. My name is Dave Lipscomb. I'm with Mecklenburg Electric Cooperative. We certainly appreciate your support of our continuing to have the facilities that are required to serve the membership in our area. And of course, from this location, will serve parts of course, Greensville County, in the city of Emporia, Sussex, Southampton, and Brunswick County. So having a facility, this facility was created and finished in 1961. So 65 years ago, it was completed. We are certainly growing. The facilities that we provide to are growing. One of the interesting things is out of all of the area that the cooperative serves, parts of 14 counties, the largest number of commercial accounts that we serve are out of our Emporia district and out of that office. So we certainly need to grow and to have facilities do that. And we thank you tonight for helping us continue to do that. Might there be any questions that I can answer?
I have the same question as the last time. Right.
Yes, sir.
Anything with that?
Yes, sir. We have fiber in the area along this road. It's active to the railroad. But So we have to get across the railroad and get it connected.
That's my problem.
That's where we are. I have pinged our guys and they know that, and have told me that, yes, sir, it's coming.
Thank you, Mr. Nixon.
Thank you.
Has anyone signed up?
No, ma'am, no one has signed up for this public hearing.
Since no one has signed up, can I get a motion that will return to regular session?
So moved.
Second.
Has been moved to second that we'll return to regular session. All those in favor of the roll call vote?
Supervisor Brown.
Aye.
Supervisor Kane.
Aye.
Supervisor Conwell.
Aye.
Chair Astra.
Aye. Now, action resulting from public hearings.
I move to approve special use permit 2-2026 for Mexican Power Greensville site.
Second.
It has been moved to second that we approve resolution SP-2-2026. All those in favor of the roll call vote?
Supervisor Brown.
Aye.
Supervisor Kane.
Aye.
Supervisor Conwell.
Aye.
Chair Astra.
Aye. At this time, can I get a motion that we go back into public hearing?
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved to second that we go back into public hearing. All those in favor of the roll call vote?
Supervisor Brown.
Aye.
Supervisor Kane.
Aye.
Supervisor Conwell.
Aye.
Chair Astra.
Aye.
All right, this special use is special use permit 3/2026. Sale co-partnership doing business is Verizon Wireless. Before I proceed with my staff report, I'd like to give a big shout out to Verizon. This is going to be one of numerous special use permit applications coming to you in the next couple of months. This cell tower is located on Taylor's Mill Road. July 14th, the Planning Commission will hear one that'll be installed in the Purdy area. And at the August Planning Commission meeting, we'll have another one on the Dry Bread Road, and they're working on 2 or 3 other ones that aren't quite ready for the permitting process yet. So I just want to thank Verizon for helping us fill in these gaps where we don't have adequate or any cell coverage at all. The purpose of constructing and operating this tower, they're proposing a 190-foot cell tower located in the 100 by 100 foot leased area and within a 70-foot by 70-foot fenced in area. The proposed tower, as I said, will be located in the, I said 50-foot by 50-foot fenced area within a 5,625 square foot leased area, which is located approximately 145 feet away from Taylor's Mill Road. The tower will be accessed from Taylor's Mill Road through a new entrance and gravel access road. The telecommunications tower will be screened from public view by an existing buffer of mature trees and vegetation, and it will not be a marker lit tower. When you look at the zoning ordinance, communication tower is a use that's allowed with the issuance of a special use permit. When we look at the comprehensive plan, the plan recognizes the importance of cellular communication and broadband for emergency services and economic development. In addition, the comp plan's implementation strategy suggests that the county support the site of towers and antennas throughout code updates as necessary to improve cellular service and coverage throughout the county. The availability of reliable cellular communication towers is a measure of the community's infrastructure capability. Improved communications like water and sewer improvements may have a favorable bearing on economic development efforts. Being that the applicant's application is in conformance with the comp plan as well as its own ordinance, staff has recommended approval of the applicant's application with the 6 good conditions on the staff report. And I didn't want to steal all that thunder, so I left a few things I think they'll mention when they're up here. So do you have any questions from staff? Thank you.
Verizon?
Good evening, Chair, members of the Board of Supervisors and staff. For the record, my name is Lisa Murphy, and I'm local zoning counsel to the applicant, Celco Partnership, which does business as Verizon Wireless. With me tonight is Rui Silva, who is available to answer any questions that you might have that I'm not able to answer. We appreciate all of Mr. Pope's work on these, and as he said, we do have a few more of these coming, so you might be seeing a little more of us in the coming months. As Mr. Pope indicated, Verizon Wireless is seeking a special use permit to install and operate a 195-foot self-support monopole with a 4-foot lightning rod. And that is on property that's about 103 acres, which is zoned agricultural, A1. The proposed telecommunications tower is critical to Verizon Wireless's goal of providing state-of-the-art capacity for its voice and data services in the county, including wireless broadband along Taylor's Mill Road, just over 1 mile from its intersection with Little Low Brown Road, and to the businesses and residents in the surrounding area between Sippers Road and Low Ground Road. I think I've probably mentioned to you all in the past, when I started doing this in the late 90s, there was much less demand for wireless services. In December of 2006, there were only 16% of Americans that were wireless only at home. Imagine, if you will, fast forwarding just to the end of 2004, and you've got 87% of children are now in wireless only homes, and you've got 78% of all Americans wireless only. So what does that mean? That means you have to have a wireless facility, antennas on some kind of a structure somewhere near where you want to be with your phone. For most people, it's in their home, but it's also driving around the county, doing business, operating a business, and doing all of the things that we've gotten used to doing, watching soccer on our phones, ordering from Target on our phones, all of these wireless things that I never would have dreamt that we would be doing that we're now doing. In order to keep up with all of that demand, as you all know, we need more antenna sites. And this is a big, it's a big capital investment in the community to be able to bring these additional wireless sites. Does Verizon want to build them? No. If there was already a tower somewhere near this particular area or the other 3 or 4 areas that we're looking at, they would have hung antennas on that tower or light pole, or not light poles, they're too short, but water tank, something that was tall enough to hold the antennas. Unfortunately, in this case, you've got Exhibit B in your packet as the network map. It shows a 5-mile radius around this site. The only site within that 5 miles is a site that's 4.5 miles away that we call Skippers. That's really the only site for a very long distance, which is why the folks in this area are really having the coverage issues that they're having. So this should be a tremendous help to the folks that live in the area. When Verizon determines that they have a need for a site, they can't use something that's already there. They go out and they look for large property. They look for property with buffering and trees so that you can't hide something that's almost 200 feet tall, but you can put it in a way that's less impactful. As the photo simulations show, that's really something that we've been able to achieve here. As Mr. Pope indicated, it's a galvanized steel monopole, so there'll be no guide wires. Because it's under 200 feet, there won't be lights on this particular tower. So the overall impact will be very limited. It'll be a very passive use. The applicant will also utilize neutral colored equipment cabinets and will require any co-locators to use materials that blend with the surroundings. I mentioned the co-locators, so it'll be built for Verizon. They'll be at the top, but there'll be spots for 2 other users. So if you don't have Verizon as your wireless carrier, there'll be an opportunity for competition because at least 2 other wireless carriers will be able to locate on this facility. The proposed telecommunications tower will, as I mentioned, be a passive use that will operate continuously and will not require employees, no water, no sewer, no police protection, waste disposal, none of the things that come with a regular development. It is very low impact. The tower will meet or exceed current applicable minimum standards and regulations of the FAA, the FCC, and any other government, federal, state, and local governmental agencies. You've got in your materials the zoning drawings, as well as a structural letter that indicates that the tower will be designed so that it will fall within that lease compound. So it should have no impact on the surrounding properties. As I mentioned, there are no existing towers or structures within the search ring, and this, by putting a facility here, will really enable Verizon to enhance their coverage. As Mr. Pope mentioned, the comprehensive plan recognizes the importance of cellular communications and broadband for emergency services and for economic development. In addition, the comprehensive plan's implementation strategy section suggests that the county supports the siting of towers and antennas through code updates as necessary to improve cellular service throughout the county, which I know you all are very focused on. As indicated above, there are no structures within the search ring. The design of the telecommunications tower and its location on this large parcel will mitigate potential impact in such a way as to cause the least adverse visual effect possible on the environment and its character and the other properties in the area. Staff has recommended approval with 6 conditions. Your planning commission has also recommended approval with 6 conditions. You're satisfied with those conditions and are happy to answer any questions that you have, but we would respectfully request that you approve SP-3-2026 with those 6 conditions in the staff report. Thank you.
I will make the statement I made at the planning commission. I think anybody that live in the rural area will welcome this, because if you get out 2 miles out there before you drop the call. So I think it'll be a welcome site for the citizens to bring together.
Yes, my constituents are gonna be extremely happy with this. I grew up in that area and I know how hard cell phone service is in that area. And actually some of the constituents that live in that area, when they call 911 there, sometimes their calls go to North Carolina. So this will help in that area.
Wow.
Yes.
Well, we're happy to do it, and we appreciate you all working with us on this.
How soon would it be on driveway?
You know, I was gonna say that's the very next question I usually get. Mr. De Silva works more closely, so I do the zoning part, and then when it gets handed over to the site plan and construction, that's where he kicks in. But that is the very next question. How soon can you build it?
Good evening. My name is De Silva. I'm inside our position. We're trying to get this done as soon as possible. This is all in the build plan for 2027. As soon as we can deliver, we'll start building it. Hopefully we'll be on there by April, May next year. Trying our best.
About the location, you have an idea where the location on the driveway go?
Oh, you talking about the dry bread one?
Yeah.
Oh, dry bread is,
Owen Miller, right before you get to James River Junction on the right, behind the old Bowen store.
Okay, all right, gotcha.
He just brought me money for the application.
I got you. Good.
we have the Purdy one, but we'll be here before that one.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Do we have anyone that has signed up?
No, ma'am, no one has signed up for this public hearing.
Okay, when no one signed up, can I get a motion that we return to regular session?
Second.
It's been moved and second that we return to regular session. All those in favor of the roll call vote?
Supervisor Brown.
Aye.
Supervisor Kane.
Aye.
Supervisor Conwell. Chair Eastrop.
Aye. At this time, can, I get action resulting from public hearing?
I move that we approve SP-3-2026.
Second.
It's been moved and second that we approve SP-3-2026. All those in favor of the roll call vote?
Supervisor Brown.
Aye.
Supervisor Kane.
Aye.
Supervisor Conwell.
Aye.
Chair Eastrop.
I'll have to abstain on the grounds that I am directly related to this project. Next, can I get a motion that we go back into public hearing?
Second.
It's been moved and second that we go into public hearing. All those in favor of the roll call vote?
Supervisor Brown.
Aye.
Supervisor Kane.
Aye.
Supervisor Conwell.
Aye.
Chair Eastrop.
Aye. At this time, the ordinance to update building department fee schedule.
I bring to you a proposal to update our building fees in concurrence with the Virginia Code, which is 360105, where localities are able to update based on the needs and means. Our last date was in 2006, so we haven't done this in quite some time. And I ran a kind of example for you, based on a standard home, 3-bedroom, 2-bath. And if I compare it to localities like Sussex, Southampton, Emporia, and Prince George, at current time, we're 1/3 of some of those charges. And with a proposal, we will be increasing our charges. And on our sheet, that give us a chance to be able to be more current and pretty much exactly in line with the city report.
Any questions? Thank you. At this time, can I get, oh, I'm sorry, yes, did anyone sign up?
No, ma'am, no one has signed up.
All right, since no one has signed up, can I get a motion that we return to regular session?
So moved. Second.
It's been moved and second that we now return to regular session. All those in favor of the roll call, vote.
Supervisor Brown.
Aye.
Supervisor Kane.
Aye.
Supervisor Conway.
Aye.
Chair Easterly.
Aye. Now action resulting from public hearing.
I move we approve resolution 26-69, amending Greensville County Building Department fees code. Second.
It's been moved and second that we approve resolution 26-69. All those in favor of the roll call, vote.
Supervisor Brown.
Aye.
Supervisor Kane.
Aye.
Supervisor Conway.
Aye.
Chair Easterly.
Aye. At this time, road matters. We got. If not, if you're a citizen, please know that if you have any road issues or transportation problems that you would like to report, you can report them by visiting the Report a Road Problem Virginia Department of Transportation website at https://my.v.virginia spelled out .gov, or you can call 1-800-367-7623, and you can do this 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to report any road issues that you may have.
I got an issue with the Massive Ranch road. Grass, I was on it last week, grass need cutting, and most of the area ditches need clean.
Any other board member have road issues they'd like to report? And if not, moving on, citizens' comments. Do we have anyone that has signed up?
Yes, ma'am, we do. Citizens' comments are an opportunity for you to share matters of interest to you with the Board of Supervisors. During citizens' comments, the Board of Supervisors do not engage in dialogue nor respond to questions from the speakers. In the back of the room, there is a sign-up sheet for citizens' comments. Citizens should sign up if they wish to address the Board of Supervisors. There is a 3-minute time limit for each speaker, and that time limit will be strictly enforced. If you have a question, staff will make note and respond later. Please be sure that your comments are civil and that you do not defame or disparage individuals or groups. Before you begin speaking, please state your name and address for our records. Thank you. Our first speaker tonight is Gail Ferris.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I'm going to make it very brief. I live in Jarrett, Virginia, and I'm sure everyone knows that we have an issue with water again. And that is the question that I present tonight. The present event that we have is not the first. I think I've lost count. I think maybe we're on like the third or fourth, maybe main break. It's causing a hardship to citizens in the community. It seems or appears, I may be wrong, that we're doing patchwork and we have a very ragged old system that needs to be updated. My concern is in the Jarrett area and surrounding area, we have an aging population. So that is one of my concerns. The second concern I have is the way that information is being communicated. Thank goodness for the internet and the Facebook, but as I said, we have an aging population in Jarrett, and I can guarantee you that many of them do not have internet service. They do not know how to use Facebook. I and several other people were text messaging each other, and as of last night, there was a single mom who's raising children that had no idea that she should be boiling her water. And so these are just things I wanted to bring up. I did call down to the county, I believe, this morning and ask the question, do you have any idea when we may resume drinking our water or even bathing? The second thing I asked was, are there any plans to repair this system? It is a continuous, ongoing problem, and we're paying for services, we're paying very well for services that are not being rendered. So I thank you.
Thank you.
Tavish Gillis.
Good evening. Members of the board, county administrator, members of our community. My name is Sergeant Tavish LeBron Gillis. I proudly serve here in Greensville County as a deputy sheriff. Got a statement I want to read. Every day, deputies and police officers respond to domestic violence, armed individuals, fatal crashes, mental health crises, overdoses, missing children, and violent crimes. We work nights, weekends, holidays, and birthdays. We willingly place ourselves in danger so our citizens don't have to. But our dedication alone doesn't pay a mortgage, support a family, or keep experienced officers from leaving a neighboring agency. Every time someone calls 911, they expect someone to show up. They don't ask whether we're understaffed. They don't ask whether we're working mandatory overtime. They don't ask whether we missed another holiday with our family. They simply expect us to come, and we always do. Tonight, I respectfully ask that you stand with the men and women who stand with this community every single day. Invest in the people who protect this county. Invest in officers who are already chosen to serve you. Help us remain competitive. Help us retain experience. Help us continue to pursue the citizens who depend on us. Listeners, thank you for your continued support of public safety. I know every budget decision requires balancing many important priorities. Tonight, I ask that you make an investment that protects every one of those priorities, your law enforcement officers. I'm speaking in regards to the raise, 3.5% raise and 2% bonus from the state on board. Neighboring agencies have already went, neighboring counties have passed it. And I just want to say thank you for your time and your leadership and your consideration.
Thank you.
Jimmy Lee Payer.
Good evening. I'm Captain Payer with the Greensville Sheriff's Office. I just want to start off by good evening, Chairman, members of the board. I'd like to thank each of you for your continued support to our agency and the work that you guys do for our community. We sincerely appreciate the commitment to public safety and your ongoing partnership that we have developed over the years with the Board of Supervisors. Unlike many other county departments, the Sheriff's Office operates 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Our employees work night shifts, days, weekends, holidays, during severe weather, when other county offices are closed. The demands placed on our personnel continue to grow each year with, obviously, the severity of crime. During the calendar year of 2025, the Greensville County Sheriff's Office received and placed a total of 40,459 telephone calls. That's administrative and 911 calls that come into our center, resulting in a grand total of 33,746 calls for service for our law enforcement officers to address. That was in the calendar year of 2025. These numbers represent only a portion of the work our employees perform. They do not include school events, community events, security and different details that we're assigned to do. Time spent in court, increasing number of emergency custody orders, and temporary detention orders involving mental health crises, or the substantial volume of criminal and civil paperwork that must be processed, entered, and filed, distributed to the courts, patrol deputies, civil process division, and as well as other agencies for service as well. Our employees remain committed to serving the citizens of Greensville County despite the increasing workload demands placed upon them every day and the uptick of criminal activity our agency continues to address daily. Again, thank you for your time, your consideration, and most importantly, your continued support for the Greensville County Sheriff's Office. Have a good night.
Thank you.
No one else has signed up.
Will there be no one else that has signed up? Can we move on to old business personnel policy update?
Good evening, honorable board members. As a follow-up from last month's meeting, we have the revised personnel policy, Article 9 for grievance procedures. In accordance with the attorney's recommendations, we will now need to have this certified for compliance and sent to the Supreme Court of Virginia and be updated in our personnel policy manual. Do you have any questions of staff?
I have no questions. This policy update would just be us coming up with what state says we have to do anyway, so.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll make the motion that we approve the personnel policy updated.
It's been moved and second that we approve personnel policy update. All those in favor, roll call vote.
Supervisor Brown.
Aye.
Supervisor Kane.
Aye.
Supervisor Conwell.
Aye.
Chair Ashton.
Aye. At this time, moving on to recognition of Commonwealth of Virginia Deputy Treasurer of the Year, Mr. Corey Moorfield.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
It is my pleasure and honor tonight to announce that Mr. Moorfield was presented with the Deputy Treasurer of the Year Award at the Treasurers Association of Virginia's annual conference in June. He was presented with this beautiful plaque, which reads, "For his devoted service to his fellow deputy treasurers, his office, and the Treasurers Association of Virginia." Corey was nominated by numerous treasurer's offices around the Commonwealth because he provides so much help and assistance to other treasurer's offices. He receives calls, emails all the time from other treasurer's offices asking for help because he is so good at what he does, and they recognize that fact. So I just want to say how proud I am of him for receiving this award, and that it really shows that other treasurers also appreciate him as much as I do.
Yes, we are very appreciative for the work that you do here within the county. And now we know you're not just here, you're helping everybody, so we are very proud.
Yes, ma'am, Madam Chair, members of the board, I appreciate the recognition. It's certainly my honor to serve the citizens. I thank you again. I look forward to continuing to serve your constituents. Thank you for recognizing me.
Congratulations, thank you all so much.
Well, look, and one thing I want to tell you, the night of the award ceremony, when he went up on stage to receive his award, he was speechless. And the lady from Virginia Beach, the treasurer from Virginia Beach, presented him his award, and she said, "I cannot believe you don't have anything to say."
I had never seen him like this.
I was so very surprised, very surprised.
Don't go anywhere.
Sir.
You told him, I told him, we're going.
Squeeze in a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next is proclamation, pretrial probation and parole supervision week, July the 20th through July 24th. Whereas Southside Community Corrections and Pretrial Services is an essential part of the justice system, and whereas Southside Community Corrections and Pretrial Services professionals uphold the law with dignity while recognizing the right of the public to be safeguarded from criminal activity. And whereas Southside Community Corrections and Pretrial Services professionals are responsible for supervising adult and juvenile officers in the community. And whereas Southside Community Corrections and Pretrial Services professionals are trained professionals who provide services and referrals for offenders. And whereas Southside Community Corrections and Pretrial Services professionals work in partnership with community agencies and groups. And whereas Southside Community Corrections and Pretrial Services promote prevention, intervention, and advocacy. And whereas Southside Community Corrections and Pretrial Services provide services, support, and protection for victims. And whereas Southside Community Corrections and Pretrial Services professionals advocate community and restorative justice. And whereas Southside Community Corrections and Pretrial Services professionals are a true force for positive change in their communities. And now therefore be it resolved that the Greensville County Board of Supervisors encourages all citizens to honor these community corrections professionals and to recognize their achievements this 6th day of July, 2026. At this time, if I can get all people here present with the probation and parole, community probation and parole to come forward.
Thank you all so much for the work you all do in our community every day. And we really appreciate the hard work and dedication that you all give to our community.
Ready, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
This is also our new director at Community Corrections, Mr. Marcus.
This time we're gonna move on to mutual aid agreements.
Yes, Chair H. Brian Roach, as you're aware, is our new emergency services coordinator. He's only been here a couple of months, but he has hit the ground running. We're excited that he is working on has worked on some mutual aid agreements, which he'll present to you all tonight first. So, Mr. Roach.
Good evening, board. How are y'all? I started off with some mutual aid agreements that I've updated. I don't know when they were done last. So I have updated some verbiage. Very little needed really to be updated. I did run them, some is late over here. I'd like to get them sent off if approved, so we can have mutual aid agreements for fire services with us and the surrounding counties of Brunswick, Sussex, Southampton, and Northampton County.
And staff requests that you all approve the mutual aid agreements as presented. If you all approve those agreements, they'll be signed by the interim county administrator, and they will in turn be forwarded to the other localities for their administrator to sign off as well.
I make a motion to approve the mutual aid agreements as presented.
Second.
It has been moved and second that we approve the mutual aid agreements as presented. All those in favor of the roll call vote.
Supervisor Brown.
Aye.
Supervisor Kane.
Aye.
Supervisor Conway.
Aye.
Chair H.
Aye. Thank you for your hard work. I can see. Yes, congratulations on your appointment.
And also, he told me he came out, he lived in the same area I was born and raised in.
In addition to the mutual aid agreements, Mr. Roach also has the first of several emergency services plans that he's in the process of updating. On your agenda, you will see the emergency operations plan, which is attachment L, as well as the radiological emergency response plan, which is attachment M.
Again, with these plans, updated terminology, updated verbiage. They haven't been done since, I think, 2020, 2023, for the years where some of these plans have been updated. So I wanted to get them up to date with current policies, current terminologies. Put those in place if approved.
Thank you.
Same thing, you need a motion to approve.
Yes, sir, Mr. Conwell, we need a motion to approve both of those plans as presented.
I make a motion that we approve the emergency services plans as presented.
Second.
It's been moved and second that we approve the emergency services plans as presented. All those in favor, roll call vote.
Supervisor Brown.
Aye.
Supervisor Kane.
Aye.
Supervisor Conway. Chair H.
Aye. At this time, item F that was added, 2670 retail sales tax.
Yes, ma'am. The General Assembly has afforded counties an opportunity to impose an additional 1% sales tax. There's a limitation on what the proceeds can be used for, and that is for construction or renovation of schools. What is required to impose this tax
is a referendum vote, and there has to be approval by a majority of the voters. So it will be decided by your constituents. In order to get that on the ballot, you have to petition the circuit court for entry of an order, and that order has to be entered in August in order for the election to be held in November. If the election is held in November and if the citizens vote in favor, then you folks would adopt an ordinance, and that ordinance would be effective sometime after adoption. There is a lag time, I think, to get this implemented into the state system. But what you need to do this evening, if you're inclined to let the citizens vote on this matter, is to adopt the resolution before you, which will simply authorize and instruct me to proceed to petition the court for entry of an order to put the referendum on the ballot at the November election.
So staff asks that you all approve resolution 2670, an additional local general retail sales tax resolution as presented.
I would like to make the motion that we do approve this, and with the other little statement I made, that 1% tax will not include gas, food, or medicine. So that tax will not be included on those items, that people can understand that. I'd like to make a motion that we do approve this.
Second.
It's been moved and second that we approve resolution 26-70. All those in favor with the recall vote?
Supervisor Brown.
Aye.
Supervisor Kane.
Aye.
Supervisor Conway. Chair Ashton.
Aye. At this time, there being no other business, can I get a motion that we adjourn? It's been moved and second that we may adjourn. All those in favor with the roll call vote?
Supervisor Brown.
Aye.
Supervisor Kane.
Aye.
Supervisor Conway.
Aye.
Chair Ashton.
Aye.
Now I call the Greensville County Water and Sewer Authority to order. Roll call.
Supervisor Ashton. Supervisor Kane. Supervisor Conway. Chair Brown.
Aye. Next, can I get approval of the agenda?
I move we approve the agenda as presented.
Second.
Been moved and second. All in favor?
Supervisor Ashton. Supervisor Kane. Supervisor Conway.
Aye.
Chair Brown.
Aye. Next, can I give approval of the consent agenda, which consists of the minutes and the warrants?
I move we approve the consent agenda as presented.
Second.
Been moved and second. All in favor?
Supervisor Ashton. Supervisor Kane. Supervisor Conway. Chair Brown.
Aye. Next, we have items of appointment, 9 old business, 9 new business, Greensville County Water and Sewer Treatment Plant.
Good evening, board. We only have one item today that we're gonna address, resolution WS 2615. The resolution asks the board to adopt and approve the procurement process and the authority's recommendation with regard to fiscal year 2027 water and wastewater chemical supply contract awards. The annual chemical supply awards consist of 4 distinct parts: the chemical audit, the bid procurement process, the bid opening, and the contract award. The board's meeting agenda package contains the authority's report and recommendation concerning the bid opening, and the other parts of the process. The authority's report and recommendations are echoed in resolution WS 2615. Documentation supporting and demonstrating the validity of the bid process are attached to the authority's report and recommendation. The authority found no irregularities in the bid process. And after the process was reviewed by the authority's attorney, all vendors who requested received a copy of the bid tabulation sheet created as a result of its bid opening. The authority recommends and is requesting that the board award the fiscal year 2027 chemical supplier contracts to the low bidders as listed in resolution WS 2615. Any questions on the bill?
I move we approve resolution WS 26-15.
Been moved and second. All in favor? Roll call.
Supervisor Ashton. Supervisor Kane. Supervisor Conway. Chair Brown.
Aye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, we have the budget
FY 27 budget calendar.
Yes, sir, Chair Brown. In your agenda packet is FY 27 Greensville County Water and Sewer Authority recommended 2027 budget calendar. As you are aware, we just finished the county's budget, and now we have already started the process for water and sewer. As you remember, that fiscal year is on an October to September cycle. Staff is requesting approval of the recommended FY 2027 budget calendar as presented. You'll see it lists the dates. Those packets have already been distributed. The Assistant Director, Mr. Sanders, as well as Tamika Green, the Finance Director, will begin reviewing in the next couple of days. And then once they do that, then they'll go over the recommendation with the Interim Director, followed by the actual meetings with the Chair, and as well as the budget meetings and work sessions. So staff asks that you all approve the budget calendar as presented.
I make a motion.
On that one thing, if we have to continue on to August the 13th, I believe that is the same day as the rural caucus meeting that some of us have signed up to go to.
Yes, ma'am.
So we may need to change that
Yes.
one day.
Yes, ma'am. We can change that if we need to. Yes, ma'am.
I make a motion to approve their recommended budget calendar.
Second.
Been moved and second. All in favor, roll call.
Supervisor Ashcroft.
Aye.
Supervisor Kane. Supervisor Conwell.
Aye.
Chair Brown.
Next, can I get a motion for adjournment?
So moved.
Second.
Been moved and second. All in favor?
Supervisor Ashcroft. Supervisor Kane. Supervisor Conwell. Chair Brown.